Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Inside the Mirror podcast. I'm Kyle David. I'm back. We had no podcast last week. I apologize. I didn't even announce that there wasn't going to be because the plan was there was going to be, and life happened. Anyways, welcome back. Thanks for bearing with me. We're back on track, baby. I promise we're back on the weekly schedule. I know 2021 has been bumpy and rough for a lot of people in a lot of ways, and also for the podcast because we've missed 2 weeks now, I think. Anyways, I'll get back at it. Obviously, I'm back at it. I'm right here. Let's talk all things masks, vaccines, COVID, everything. No, I'm just kidding. But we're going to talk about some of the ways that we are failing and how we need to be better. And I know sometimes I sound like a broken record, but look, people need to hear the truth. I want to talk a little bit today about maturity and respect in the midst of chaos and what 2020 and 2021 have become and has become and are becoming, right? So anyways, let's get into it. I want to talk about maturity and respect. Let's define them. Let's define them first. Maturity. What is maturity? Well, the definition that I found is pretty basic. Maturity means fully developed. Maturity means you are fully developed. Reaching adulthood is the secondary definition of maturity. So maturity is being fully developed, which means you're reaching adulthood, right? So if you're a mature person, you have fully developed cognitively, physically, emotionally. Again, we're all not perfect, but you have developed and you are now considered an adult. You've reached adulthood. You are now mature. Now, does being of adult age make you mature? I think we all know the answer to that. No, there are many immature adults. So you can be physically matured and be an adult person in your body, but be mentally immature, emotionally immature. So maturity is being fully developed, in all areas, right? You could be mature in one area and immature in another area, right? So you could be very mature physically, but immature emotionally, right? Just easily offended, can't take any criticism. Like that's a sign of immaturity, right? And then let's define respect. So respect is honoring someone by exhibiting care and consideration for their feelings. One more time, respect is honoring someone by exhibiting care and consideration for their feelings. So the two link together. That's why I want to talk about maturity and respect together, because if you're fully developed and mature, then you will honor others and care for their feelings, right? Not perfectly, but a sign of maturity is respect. So if you are matured and have fully developed emotionally, you will care and consider the needs and feelings of others, right? So being respectful and having respect for others is a sign of maturity. And there we're going to get into where we're at in the world, right? Whether it's masks, whether it's the vaccine, whether it's politics, we have shown as a nation, as Americans overall, not every individual, but overall, we have shown a huge amount of immaturity over the past 12, 13 months. We have. And you need to own it. If you don't think so, maybe you haven't, but as a society, the American culture over the past 12 months has not shown respect, and therefore we've shown we're not mature, right? We're not mature. Because here's the thing. It's okay to disagree. And I've said this a million times. It's okay to disagree. You can think that we don't need to wear masks. And I respect that, right? I consider myself emotionally mature. Now, I'm not perfect, no. But am I mature? Do I try to respect others' feelings? Yes, I do. So you may think that we don't need masks and it's silly and they really don't prevent the virus at all. It's just a comfort factor. And that's amazing. And I may think that we need to wear masks because even if there's a chance of a droplet getting you sick, I don't want to take that risk. So we can agree to disagree. And if we're both mature, we will show each other respect, right? You will respect my feelings that I feel we should wear a mask. And I will respect your feelings that you feel we shouldn't, right? Because it's not black and white. Everybody thinks that their argument is black and white. No, if you care about people, you wear a mask, or if you really respect freedom, you won't wear a mask. Or none of these, all of these issues are gray, which leaves you room to have an opinion on either side. So I don't get caught up in these arguments. The people that know me best know I've had very few spats or arguments with people about masks or the vaccine or about politics. I've had a few tiffs. We're human. We've all gotten into some type of debate over one of these issues over the past 12 months, but very rarely, because when someone says something that I disagree with, I don't immaturely dive in and try to attack them. I respect the definition of respect, again, is honoring someone by exhibiting care and consideration for their feelings. It doesn't mean I agree, right? I disagree with half the country right now on like every issue, right? You're either on this side or this side, right? You're usually either on the left side or the right side. I don't mean like Democrat or Republican. I just mean like you're either on one side of the fence or the other side of the fence, whether it's masks or the vaccine or race or politics, whatever the issue may be. Most people fall on one side or the other. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. As long as you're not harming people, it's okay to have an opinion. You should have an opinion. In one of the craziest years in modern history, you should be thinking, right? Like, you should have an opinion on these things. It should be informed, but you should have an opinion. If you're having to wear a mask, you should have an opinion on it. If vaccines are being pushed on everyone, you should have an opinion on it. It's going to affect you. You should have an opinion on things that affect you. You should. It's okay. I would encourage you, if you don't have an opinion on anything, why? I mean, that's fine. Again, I'll respect you, but you should have an opinion. You should. These are things that affect us. This is a global pandemic. It affects you. The mask affects you. The vaccine affects you. Race affects you, especially if you're a minority. Race affects you. You should have an opinion. But we have to be mature about how we handle these things and respect people. The only way progress will be made, I've said this over and over, and it's so unfortunate that people don't live like this. And I'm not perfect, but the only way we make progress is by first respecting each other, right? We can't have conversations about solutions if we can't even sit at the table respectfully. I think you need to hear that again, because I know I do and a lot of people do. We can't have conversations about solutions if we can't even sit at the table respectfully. So therefore, there's no solutions. So then everybody's going to continue to divide. So respecting each other is first of all a sign that you're a mature human being, right? That you're by definition fully developed. So if you're not able to hear people or respect other people, it shows a sign of immaturity. You are not fully developed, right? Maybe you're emotionally immature, and maybe that's the main thing we've shown. Excuse me. Look, that's bodily function. Over the past 12 months, we are emotionally immature, right? We can't take someone disagreeing with us because we're so immature that our identity is wrapped up in our opinions, and our views, and not just in who we are as an individual human, right? We've got this tribalism. It's this side or that side, mask, vaccine, whatever. But your identity should really be found in who you are and the unique individual that God made you to be, not in what you identify with politically. So we need to be able to have conversations about everything. Open dialogue. That's how mature people make progress, is open dialogue. And it takes respect. You have to respect each other. So again, I'm going to bring it back to the masks and the vaccine, because that's what's happening right now is masks, vaccines, race, again, all these things, all those issues. If somebody disagrees with you, let me help you. Show some respect. I don't care what side of whatever argument you're on. If you can't respect people on the other side, I'm not saying respect everybody. If someone's disrespectful, ignore them, let it go. But if you just enter something with somebody, an argument or disagreement, and immediately are disrespectful because they disagree with you, you are the immature one. You are the immature one when you don't show respect to people, because all respect is, it's not agreeing with people. It's just honoring their human existence by showing consideration for their feelings. Like being a human, you're just honoring the fact that everyone around you, you're honoring their human existence, right? That they're human and they do have valid feelings. Now, feelings don't determine truth, right? Because some people feel they should wear a mask and some people feel they shouldn't wear a mask. That doesn't determine truth, right? Feelings are unique because they don't determine truth. We all have feelings, and some of them are right or some of them are wrong. But just respecting others, that they're a human and they're going to have feelings, and a lot of those times those feelings are going to disagree with your feelings. That's okay. Okay. It's not your job to change everybody's mind to your opinion. That's a silly way of living. Is everybody wants to be an activist now. You're going to become an activist, and what's your goal as an activist? To change everyone's mind to the truth. A lot of that truth is just your feelings. So you're going to go change the world's feelings to your feelings. That right there is silly, right? We have to agree to disagree and respect that other people have feelings different than ours, and that's okay. Again, the problem in America right now is we lack respect. We can't respect people that disagree with us. But on a positive note, I have had a ton of interactions with people I disagree with on some of these hot topic issues that have gone beautifully. And we've walked away disagreeing respectfully, and it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. It's almost an empowering feeling to have a conversation respectfully, maturely with someone you know disagrees with you on one of these hot topic issues, and it gets intense, but you both remain respectful, and neither one of you change each other's minds. You agree to disagree, but you walk away with more respect for the other person because they respected you even when you disagreed with their feelings, right? What we need to be able to do is to, even in the heat of the moment, remain respectful. You can get aggressive and intense and passionate and still remain respectful. But we like to just immediately start cussing and yelling and calling people white supremacists or racists or whatever what are the other xenophobes, or all the hot topic, all the hot names right now to call the opposition, right? Whatever side you land on, you're either a white supremacist or you're a socialist or just, that's ridiculous. Like, that's ridiculous. Until you have had a respectful conversation with someone and you understand where they're coming from, throwing names at them is childish. It's childish. It is literally the opposite of maturity. You're not fully developed if you are just name calling like children. That's where we're at, right? That's where we're at, especially on the internet, is people are just yelling and name calling, which, I mean, is childlike behavior. Being an adult is being respectful and not name calling with people you disagree with. That's what kids do. Let's talk about that, right? What kids do is they fight and they argue and they yell and they scream and they cry and they call each other names. Fast forward to 2020. What do adults do in 2020? A vast majority of them fight and scream and yell and cry and call each other names. What are we doing, guys? Come on. Why are we still stuck in childhood? Life is full of disagreements, tough things we need to work through. Again, let's use race for an example. That's a tense topic. There's a deep conversation. There's a million different variations and nuances to that argument and that conversation. But we need to be able to have it. But we can't have it if you guys are going to yell at each other, right? If all the white people are going to yell at them, all lives matter, and basically try to undercut their cry and their movement, you're never going to have any progress, right? Or you guys are just racially divisive and you can't get over it. That's not helpful. And on the other side, if you're just going to yell at white people and be like, you're white supremacists, you're racists, like, chill. You're not going to make any progress there either. No one's going to make progress being children and yelling and screaming and name calling. Now, I've seen it done a few times very well. Some good conversations on race between white and black people. I've had conversations with I'm white. I've had conversations with black people on the podcast about race, and we've kept it respectful. I've had conversations on the podcast with Hispanic minorities, and we've kept it respectful. I've had conversations in person with white, black, Mexican, but Hispanic as well, about all kinds of things, issues at the border, race, politics, and it's respectful. Shout out to my boy, Greg. Greg knows who he is. I'm not going to go into that, but like, there are people out there that are willing to respectfully have conversations with you, and you can disagree all you want. Just be respectful. If you get nothing else out of this podcast, all I want you to know is all we need to do to move forward in this nation and in this world is be respectful. That's how progress is made. Because we have to have all the conversations. We have to have the race conversation. We have to have the mask conversation. We have to have the vaccine conversation. We have to talk about politics. We have to talk about these things because they're important, but we have to do it respectfully. The way to move forward is to have respectful conversation seeking solutions. But the yelling and the screaming and the name calling is immature, it's disrespectful, and it gets us nowhere. Please, I hope the right people are listening. If this is you and you're going, man, he's right, I've not done great about being respectful. That's all right. We've all messed up, man. I'm just here to encourage you that we need to be more respectful. Let's work on it. Don't beat yourself up for the past. If you had a rough 12 months of really hating the other side, whatever side you're on of the things, and you just have been disrespectful and an ass and been posting just rude, unnecessary things, that's all right. It's good. It's the past, man. It's the past. Forgive yourself, move on. But the right thing to do is to be respectful, right? It doesn't matter what issue we're talking about, whether it was race in the 60s or race today, respect is just as important, right? Whether it was the mask 12 months ago or the mask today, respect is still important. It hasn't lost any value, right? We have devalued respect because we've elevated our feelings, and our feelings are so intense that we feel that we don't have to be respectful because I'm obviously right and you're obviously wrong. Nowhere does you being right nor them being wrong or you being wrong and someone else being right, none of that negates the importance of being respectful to other humans. Again, respect is honoring someone. You're just honoring a human's existence and the fact that they have feelings. That's all respect is honoring someone as a human, identifying you're a human, you have feelings, so I will be respectful. I'm not going to agree with you. We're probably not going to agree with most people, right? Whatever side you're on, you're going to disagree with every other person, right? If the country is, say, 50% divided, 50-50 right down the middle, you're going to disagree with every other person. Let me tell you how you can make your life better in these tense times. Be respectful. Respect the people that agree with you. Obviously, you probably do. But show respect to the people that disagree with you. Because they're a human being with emotions, just like you. Right? And everybody's like, respect is earned, not given. Well, I mean, if respect is just honoring someone as a human, it should just be given. You should give respect, right? Until you get a reason to take it away, right? If someone starts getting disrespectful to you, you can respectfully remove yourself, right? But we should all respect each other as humans, right? We should. There's very few people that don't deserve respect, right? There's some people that have done things that are so egregious that we just can't respect them, right? Murderers and rapists, like some of those people at some point, we lose respect for them, right? We lose respect for people, but most of us humans trying to do our best just to live our lives and to make the world a better place, most of us deserve respect. I deserve respect. You deserve respect. Whoever you're listening, you deserve respect. You need to hear that. You deserve respect. And if you deserve respect, so does everybody else. So you know how you can make a difference in the world right now is by being respectful to other human beings. If you are respectful to other human beings, it will start to become reciprocated. You'll start to be respected. Like I've given out so much respect over the past 12 months, not to pat myself on the back, but you can talk to people around me. I've shown a lot of respect to people that were shocked by it, and it's gotten me respect back, right? People respect respectful people. Did you hear that? People respect respectful people. When someone is respectful to me, especially someone that disagrees with me, I have way more respect for them than someone that's just respectful to me that does agree with me. Like I expect you to respect me. We agree on this, right? We voted for the same guy, right? We agree, right? But when someone that disagrees with me respects me, that makes me respect them so much more. And I think that's where we'll land the plane on this episode. That's so important. You really want people to respect you? You really want to make a difference in the world? Just be a respectful person. Just respect others' opinions. You don't have to agree, again, but just respect that everyone's entitled to an opinion. Everyone has a different experience in life, and everyone has emotions, and they're not going to be the same as yours. If you can treat people with respect the majority of the time, you're a human, you're going to mess up. I mess up. I've had moments of disrespect I've had to apologize for. But if you can do your best every day to just be respectful to most people, right? There's always that person that you just like, oh my gosh, that's fine. Don't hold yourself to a standard of perfection. But if you and I and everybody else in this country, in this broken country, great country, but broken. There's a lot of great things about America, and there's a lot of things that aren't great. We got to give credit where credit is due, and discredit where discredit is due, I guess you would say. America has a lot of great things. It also has a lot of not great things. We have to talk about the not great things. And the only way to really find solutions when we talk about the not great things is to be respectful. I'm gonna be a politician someday, except for I don't like the corruption and I can't take money from China. But that's another story. I'm glad I ended it with that. Guys, show others respect. Your life will change. I promise you. From firsthand experience, my life has changed when I became a more respectful person. When I got out of rehab in 2015, I didn't have a lot of respect, but I've learned to become a respectful human and to respect other humans and their opinions and their feelings, even if I disagree and think they're silly. I still want to respect them, right? Because I'm doing what the right thing is. The right thing is to be respectful. So maturity got lost in there, but respect is being mature, right? Being fully developed emotionally and mature emotionally, you will be respectful. So I love you guys. I respect you. I hope you will take this and go respect the people around you. Don't have to agree, but let's be respectful to other people and other humans. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Talk to you soon.